to your daily divine messages from Spirit. We are continuing our 21-day soul cleansing journey. We are on day 6. We're taking the next step to conscious love. Today, we're removing another layer of fears, the false expectations appearing real, and we're tapping more into our truest, highest self. Today, we are releasing the weight of the world. How many of us tend to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders? I know I do. As a mother, as a woman of color, as a single mother, as a sensitive soul and empath, we see what's happening in the news and our hearts immediately sink with depression. We want to hide and we want to cry for the next 2 days or weeks or months. We hear tragedy with a friend and we bend over backwards and do everything we can to fix it. These are not bad reactions to have. They're compassionate reactions to have. But why doesn't it feel better after we fix it or after we fall into depression? Because we're trying to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. And carrying the weight of the world is a form of codependency. So the question then becomes, how do we carry this weight of what's happening in the world and with our friends and remain stress-free? How do we carry the weight of our own responsibilities and not fall victim to its overwhelming sensations? Well, we'll get into the tarot here in a moment, as we are also in the new moon in Leo right now. And this tarot reading here is a little different than how we've approached the soul cleansing journeys, because this was a previously pulled reading for the new moon. But before we get into that, I do believe that the way that can help the weight of the world, the way that it can help, what can help carrying all this weight, remaining as stress-free as possible, is the biggest word is to shift. To shift how we see things to be, to shift the responsibility that we believe that we carry in the situation, and to shift the direct impact that it makes on our life. So how do we shift how we choose to see everything? You see, what we see is what we get, right? It's important to see the truth as it is. And that means seeing the whole truth. Yes, there are tragic events that happen every day. Yes, we live in a world with pain and suffering. And yes, we live amongst people of great greed and destruction. And it's horrific to acknowledge and witness. But there's also a second truth, where this is actually the first and most important truth, that this world is filled with some of the most amazing and breathtaking beauties. We are blessed in unbelievable ways. Humankind is maturing into a species that's raising its consciousness higher than ever before. When we look at the latter, it feels a little bit more light and empowering, doesn't it? How we choose to see something makes a great influence on how we respond to it. Doesn't mean to overlook what is happening, but it's also important to shift the perspective and to see that though everything might feel heavy and bring us anxiety, to also see the beauty and the abundance and the glory and the manifestations and the journey that we are on as we are experiencing, and the strength that we have. So these are just some of the few cards that came through with this new reading. I'll get into it deeper here in just a moment. The second shift is the responsibility that we believe we carry in the situation. If our world is revolved around being responsible for other people, then we can fall deeply into a world of martyring, and that just feels heavy and draining. We have so much influence on how the world is impacted through our actions and behaviors, but it doesn't only target a few people as solely responsible. Doesn't mean you are only responsible for carrying it. There is a difference between influence and responsibility. We are all equally responsible for carrying and what we bring to the table. And trying to overcompensate for someone else's slack doesn't automatically make up for it. Where that person doesn't show up, the world doesn't receive. And it doesn't mean that it's our fault if the world doesn't go around the way that we want it to, or in a pleasant way. So take the pressure off of your shoulders and just do your best. That's all that's needed from you. The third shift is the direct impact it makes on our lives. Now, this is not intended to promote selfish or narcissistic behavior and to disregard the importance of the indirect tragedies that take place in other people's lives. It's just important to understand that we are evolving into a multisensory living kind, and that anything that goes out will come back. And that's why it's important to focus on doing our best and letting go of the rest. So, what about the countries on the other side of the world who need our attention because they're living in poverty or dying from toxic water or lack of food, or even within our own countries, or under our nose or down the street? How does their life have a direct impact on ours? Well, let's take a look. As our humankind becomes more developed in spiritual maturity, we are more able to feel what we don't see. And even though we may not physically see the families in other houses or in other countries, we can still sense the energetic frequencies. The heaviness that we feel is accurate and crucial to our entire existence because we are all interconnected. But loathing in bed all day, burdened with life's problems, we are just continuing the same energetic frequency of suffering. So, though we may be sensitive souls who feel every bit of sadness that the world feels, we are actually becoming less and less attuned with that sensation when we fall into this overbearing depression. And that keeps us from being able to do anything at all. The indirect impact that it has on us can be an opportunity to directly make a difference about it. Depression comes from not acting, and then guilt kicks in, and then shame, and then the next thing you know, we're numbing ourselves from feeling anything just to take away that from that heaviness. But we must ask ourselves what the wisest thing we can do that will lead us and all of humanity out of the cycle of suffering. Well, first, can we pour into ourselves, not in a selfish or narcissistic way? What can we do? Can we journal about how we're feeling? Because that actually alchemizes the energy. Can we give our love to coordinate an event that's designated to the awareness of the problem that we're worried about? Can we volunteer in a soup kitchen for a weekend, or a dollar, sit, or can we donate $1 to the church or the community or charity? This doesn't have to be anything grand or extravagant. We don't have to donate $1 million. We don't have to volunteer every weekend. We don't have to run 15Ks for charity. If it's something that we cannot afford, can we even just pray or send positive energy, positive thoughts? Don't underestimate the power of prayer. I think the weight of the world that we carry is a weight of only thinking about what we cannot do instead of what we can do. And once again, all that we're asked and needed of is to just do our best. No more and no less. So, as you can see, the messages here really strongly resonate with this day of the weight of the world. And that's why I wanted to keep this new moon reading out. Because at the time of this reading, we are in that new moon in Leo. And even if this video finds you after this live, after this session, and it still resonates, that's okay. Because what I'm seeing here for the divine feminine energy, we have the top rows of what this current energy is. There is a lot of anxiety around what next steps to take, what direction to go in, what decision to make, feeling like there's a lot of pressure of what to do, feeling like there's a lot of pressure around having to be perfect and make the perfect choice. And if you're wrong, then you are going to ruin the world, right? That's the carrying the weight of the world that's not yours to carry. So, the advice from Spirit that you can do about this is to walk away from what is no longer serving you emotionally. If this anxiety is not serving you, if you're having sleepless nights like this Nine of Swords, because of the decisions that you are feeling that you have to make of where you, perhaps it's a traveling, you want to travel and you don't know where you want to go. Do you want to travel to go down, to go to a retreat? Do you want to travel to go somewhere else? Do you want to travel to, maybe it's a college, maybe it's school. We are in this, kind of school, back to school mindset right now. Or maybe it's a job, maybe it's a relationship, whatever you are juggling, the world is in your hands, and wherever it is that you are contemplating to go next, let yourself release the burdens, let yourself release that emotional weight that you are codependently responsible for other people. Maybe you have 8 siblings or 8 children, or maybe you're juggling 8 avenues of income, I'm hearing. Maybe whatever the case is, you have these emotional ties that you are being called to walk away from, feminine energy, and follow your intuition, to follow. That's where I love that the moon came out during this new moon in Leo. We have the 8th here for the 8th month in August. So this new moon is inviting you to listen to your emotional needs. Your moon sign is what helps you meet your emotional needs. And when you pour into your emotional needs, that's where this divine Ace of Cups of self-love, of divine love comes into. This is what will happen if we listen to the advice from spirit and walk away from the emotional turmoil of all this anxiety and all this feeling of responsibility if you choose you, and to listen to your emotional needs and your intuition. You will be blessed and granted with this beautiful divine love, a new relationship, a new start, a new chance to really fully experience love at its fullest, however that looks for you, whether it is in a romantic sense or with new friends or with a new job or to travel the world for some. Because what you don't see coming is the lovers, is that you are pouring into yourself and you are reflecting into the mirror and you are learning to love every bit about yourself and be exactly who it is that you are called to be with pride. You are aligning your chakras. You are accepting every bit about yourself. And you're not worried about needing the acceptance and other people's validation to be who you are. And you're also allowing yourself to fall in love with you without carrying all of that weight of the world. Beautiful. The masculine energy over here is in the same boat, essentially, with the Eight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles reverse. There is a stagnancy of indecisiveness and a lack of ambition and confusion that's happening because he's feeling like there's too much weight, too much responsibility, and he doesn't know where to go. And it's causing decision paralysis, is what I'm hearing. Decision paralysis. So the advice from spirit is to ask for help so that you can balance and alchemize this weight that you're carrying, all that weight that you're carrying on your shoulders with the Three of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Ten of Wands. This is asking, whether it's asking family or friends or the village or counsel. Maybe you're seeking counseling with, I'm hearing it could be financial counseling, it could be mental counseling, or maybe you're also looking at, hiring an assistant to help you with some of the responsibilities that you're carrying. Maybe you're looking at, maybe you can, you know, hire some employees, is what I'm hearing, or even look for a business partner that can, that has strengths that you could work together to help balance all of this energy, all of this weight, all of this responsibility, which is beautiful because if you do masculine follow that advice, you have the 10 of Pentacles. You will increase your legacy, your wealth for generations. So that will help you making the decision to ask for help, however you need help. Maybe it's not about work necessarily. Maybe if you have children, getting a babysitter so that it doesn't You know, you're not the only one responsible for single parents out there, I'm hearing, or even for parents who are in the same household, you know, or, you know, if you have multiple kids or even just one kid, I'm hearing even just to have a date night every once in a while, once a month, that could even be helpful, right? To help with sustaining your family success and health. You don't have to do it alone, masculine. You don't have to do it alone, feminine. You can trust yourself. You can trust others, because what you don't see is that you are taking the lead. You are leading by example. What you don't see coming is that you will be reclaiming your throne. You will be king, and you will be the change that you wish to see. Really beautiful. So then the collective over here is no different in this Two of Wands reverse, right? Of course, they're indecisive, right? With all this energy that the feminine and masculine is in, of course that the collective is going to be, you know, this is the feminine and masculine as one collective, indecisive right now. But the advice for the collective is the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, to invest in something that is, invest in what is emotionally fulfilling for you. Invest in your happily ever after, is what I'm hearing, right? Invest in your freedom, invest in your future. Choose what will be the most emotionally fulfilling for you to start a new business, a new venture, a journey, a travel project or extravaganza, whatever is the most emotionally fulfilling for you. And I'm hearing for some it has to do with family, with the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Whatever is that going to lead you to being able to sustain such a beautiful, harmonious, generational, and familial abundance. Maybe that's working with family, I'm hearing, with that Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, with the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. I'm also seeing 10, 10, 10, which is the completion. You might be seeing 10, 10 a lot, or 10, 10, 10. I also see the eights, Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands, so 8, 8. And then we have, you know, if the collective here does follow the advice from Spirit, we have the Magician. You will manifest what you are investing in. You will manifest this happily ever after if you invest in this happily ever after. You will manifest your freedom if you invest in your freedom. Yes. You will manifest divine love if you invest in yourself love. Yes. Really beautiful. And what we don't see coming is that this has been such a, this actually feels like past energy. But what you don't see is that the Nine of Wands, you are the wounded warrior, battered, broken, and bruised, but you're still standing. What you don't see coming is that this is not going to be an easy journey. You will have these moments. That's why it feels like past energy, because this is where we're at. This is what we've been coming through. But this is the strongest energy we don't see, is that we are the wounded warrior, that we are still standing, is what I'm hearing. That though you may be exhausted, though you may be discouraged at some points, though you may be feeling like you want to give up, you are almost there. You are almost home, almost to that ending, that completion, right? The Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands, there's that 9-9 as well. And Spirit over here is saying, here's the Seven of Swords. Spirit is helping you move in silence because you are being protected. Protected for what is entitled to you. You are being protected from what you are not intended to carry anymore. The Seven of Swords is, if you see it in the traditional kind of art illustrations, it's of someone carrying 5 swords and leaving 2 swords behind. I always think of that as taking what's mine and leaving the rest behind. Spirit is helping you take what is yours and leave the rest behind, so you are not carrying so much of this weight that is not yours. And it's giving you the advice is to have strength and courage. The advice from Spirit is to be compassionate and gentle while you are on this journey. You are gaining the strength. You have the Lion, the Leo energy here for that new moon in Leo. You hold the light. You are the strength. You are the lion, the lioness, the king, the queen. You are the leader. So Spirit is saying, trust in your strength. And when you trust in your strength, the Seven of Wands, then you will be able to stand in your truth against those naysayers, those external responsibilities that are not yours to carry. See, you will not need to hide. You will not need to hide from them any longer, because that wand might feel like it's a small little stick against all these other 6 wands, but this wand is with the divine, right? This is the wand that you will carry with this King of Wands here. It will lead you to your freedom. It will lead you as long as you stand in your truth. And I see the Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, so 7-7. We have 7-7, 8-8, 9-9, 10-10-10. So we're taking the steps that are needed, the steps that are important. As long as you keep taking these steps, as long as you listen to the advice from Spirit of what to do. Spirit says what you don't see coming as Page of Wands, that this journey will become your playground. And you will soon be able to enjoy the adventures of this journey. It just takes me back to when I was like in middle school. My best friend in middle school and I used to say, the world is my playground and the plaza is my jungle gym. Like the world is in my hands. I can do and be whomever I want to be. And as freeing and as exciting as that feels, as that is, sometimes we get so caught up in what other people are going to say, or how we're going to get there, and all the, things that we can't control. But Spirit is saying, just do what you can what you can control. Okay, just follow your passion in your heart with curiosity. Just enjoy this journey with curiosity. Okay, so I thought that was such a beautiful and important message that needed to be. I know it was, like I said, it was it was at first, I just pulled it last night as a personal, for me, but then it just was so general to what we have been going through as a collective, as well as today's message and session in the soul cleansing journey. Bottom of the deck, we have freedom again. This is like the third time we've gotten freedom on this journey, and we're only in day 6. We are tapping into our freedom. We are stepping into our freedom. What are we doing? We are investing in our freedom. Amen. Yes. And then the Lemuria message that wants to come out is Crystal Keys, number 22, Ascended Master number. Lots of Ascended Master numbers here, angel numbers, double numbers, twin numbers. So if you feel called to it, look up the numbers 22, 77, 88, 99, 10, 10, 10, and see how they resonate with you. But the Crystal Keys is about unlocking the exquisiteness about yourself. You are a crystal. The crystals are the most purest gems of the earth. It's about upgrading your energy using crystal healing. Maybe that's what you need to do. Get some crystals, take some crystal baths, place the crystals on your chakras, and just let it heal you. Let it release and cleanse and clear. Let it release and cleanse and clear all of that weight of the world. It's beautiful. And the message here that flipped over for steps we can take to help us in this from the 4 agreements is the final agreement. Always do your best. Absolutely. That's what we said here in this journey today, in this session. Don't overdo it. Her hair is overdone with the blue hair and the birds chirping out. So funny. Don't overdo it. I'm seeing that with your truth, with the blue. Don't over promise. Don't over speak or don't overshare. Just do your best. Always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself. And it will take you longer to accomplish your goal. Wow, that's perfect for today. Releasing the weight of the world. Don't overdo it, because when we overdo, we can deplete our bodies, and then we're no good to anybody. That's why that Ace of Cups is here. Pour into yourself. It's not selfish, it's not narcissistic, it is necessary. Look at this. There we go. It is necessary to pour into yourself. It is necessary to invest in yourself, in your freedom. Don't overdo it. Just do your best, no more and no less. Because because it's not emotionally fulfilling what you need, then you have to take a step back and contemplate your choices so that you do not deplete yourself. If you need to ask for help, then ask for help. Okay? Ask for help. Collaborate to reduce the weight. Yes. And the top message that came out is I am calm and relaxed. That's good. We need to hear that. Don't overdo it. Release the weight of the world from your shoulders and just let yourself be calm and relaxed. That's what this new moon is about. Taking it in now, and the Leo energy does like to be bold, but also lion energy is about they take their time. They don't, if they need to rest, they're resting. They don't go out and force prey until they know that it's time that they need to eat. They're not, oh, they're not anxious about it. The only time they're anxious is when they're trying to mate, and then they're all weird. But even then, the feminine is like super chill when that lion is trying to prowl. Okay, she's like, I know that you're there. You're just acting weird, and when you're ready to come to me and say hello, I will be here. But I'm calm. I'm chill. I'm not freaking out. I'm not super anxious. Okay. So think of that. I'm hearing tap into the energy of the lion, the energy of the lion. Even look up the spiritual message behind the spiritual symbolism behind the lion for this new moon. And also, happy birthday to all my Leo babies. And happy birthday to all the August babies. And if this message resonated for you for today's session, definitely feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you haven't already done so, feel free to hit the notification bell to be a part of our soul tribe as we are healing the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love. The soul cleansing journey is intended for us to live freely and fully and deeply in conscious love. And I appreciate you being with me this first week here. Oh, beautiful. Um, If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you absolutely can do so. There is a special for the month of August that if you have not booked with me before, your first reading will be free. It'll be complimentary. It'll be a pre-recorded. So you can message me with your intentions that you would like for any questions or intentions around what message you would like from Spirit or guidance you would like from Spirit. My email is femrems at 811. I'm sorry, femrems811@gmail.com. It's my tea and tarot business. Or you can find me on my social media, Instagram or TikTok at Princess Leah 888. And until next time, my beloveds, you take care. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.